Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Figure I'd give everybody an update on the Predator powered farmall. There it is. It's been robbed because I took the motor off of it. And don't freak out, but it's gonna get scrapped. And I don't mean I'm hauling it across the scales, so don't freak out on me. I originally bought this tractor for another tractor. I wanted the back wheels and the front wheels, and that's its intended purpose. So, and I've just lost interest in it. This thing is stupid. I wanted to do a wide front end and all that, and I've got an old H out here I could throw it on, or a lot of other stuff on the motor. But I'll show you what I've put the motor on. Now stay with me and don't bash me. Watch this whole video and I will explain where this tractor is going with the parts and what I bought it for. It's a very sentimental tractor, and this is going to be putting it back mobile. And I will go into a little history. There's actually two tractors on this place, and I'll cover them in this, so bear with me and I'll show you where this motor's going, and then we'll take a peek at where the parts off this tractor is going to go, and it's going to save one, so don't freak out on me. So anyway, turn it on here in just a second. All right, we're in the shop, and I'll show you where the motor went off the F20. Bam, right here. I'm getting closer on the log splitter. I'll give you an update on this. I've got these legs made to where they go in and they fold up from going down the road, and you can pull them out and, you know, level your sides here for stability when I get the log lift on it. But there's the motor off the F20, and this is where it's going to remain. And the old tank off this, subscribers, if you can remember how this actually was, it was, oh, I don't know, it was a homemade one, but I've redone it and just used the beam. The wedge was already on it and the pusher, so we're going to reuse it. But anyway, that's where the motor went. That's where it's staying, and it's way better served because this is going to make me money. So this I'm building, and stay tuned if you're into the logging stuff and the wood cutting. There'll be updates on this, but I'm gaining. It's looking pretty good too, I think. It's a big old beast. I gotta get the tongue stuff welded up and all that, and like I said, it's coming along. But that's where that's going. One last look. Okay, enough of that. Now I will go to the other tractor where the F20, the wheels are going to go, and give you a brief history of it. So, but that's where that motor went, on something that's going to make money. And like I said, the F20, I just lost interest in it. I wanted, if I was going to use something, I wanted a wide front, and I got plenty of junk tractors, so stay tuned. We're going to do another build, and at the very end, I'm going to reveal which one I'm building. So don't skip to the end. Shame. Watch all the way through. All right. I'll turn this back on. I got to take a little drive to the other side of the place, kind of back in the back, and I'll show you where the other tractor's at that we're going to save. So turn you on when I get there. All right, everybody. Took a little drive. We're on the back side, different part of the place here. So stupid crows. Anyway, I'm going to show you the other tractor. This is what I originally bought the F20 for, to rob the wheels and stuff off of and save this. Here it is. Ain't it pretty? All grown up. This is an F30. It's a little different than the F20. And I know someone's going to tell me the bolts won't, or the wheels won't match, they won't fit. They can be modified, they'll work, trust me. But those wheels are in perfect, hopefully the wind ain't too bad, but those wheels are in perfect shape on that other one. Someone actually redid them. I got that thing for hardly nothing when I bought it, but that's what I bought it for, was this. And this was one of the tractors, original tractors on this old farm. When Grandma and Grandpa bought this way back in the day, they had this, and there's another one on the other side, an old MD, old farmall MD. So I have a scheme for that later too as well. Thought about putting a 7.3 in it. I think you take the adapter plates off, they'll bolt right in, put an IDI in it. Be pretty cool, V8 diesel. Still be international too. But I think I'm gonna do that with that later. But I wanted to redo these tractors and get them back up just because of the sentimental attachments. And I don't need two of these F styles, these F20s and 30s. These were totally different from the F20, F30, and regular were totally different from the F12 and F14, which is what International ended up staying with. And I'll kind of explain that. But This is where the parts are going. I wanted this to move. Motor's absolute garbage. Parts robbed off. I mean, old blocks busted, welded, parts been rained in forever. Manifold's even busted up here. It's sat here so long, or the metal's rotting out where the rain's going through, water's in it. Garbage, garbage, garbage. However, surprisingly, come out here the other day, transmission still moves. It's still good. So, steering wheel still turns. You can see the front wheels trying to move. I mean, it's all, the tranny and that's good, so that's all I care about. Obviously, we can repower that. We did it with the F20, so that's what I'll do with it. But this was Grandma's tractor on the F30, and she used it. And Grandpa's was the old farmall MD. So I'll put a quick clip of it in here too, just a picture. But I want to fix it later, and this one, I don't care what's in them, as long as they move. Just sentimental deal, whether they move, whether I ever use them or not, they're going to move again. So get kind of caught up down the road. This is gonna happen. So trust me. But don't bash me for the F20, because that's what it's doing. It's replacing something that's actually sentimental and attached to this farm, because we've been here for a long time, and I'm gonna get that fixed and just make it move. Just make it move around. So I will. Well, like I said, I'll leave a quick clip of the MD, little picture in here, and then I'll show you the next build that's coming up, and it is a F-style tractor. But while we're on the subject, they're totally different. I'll give you a quick glance. F20s, F30s, and regulars. Here's how the rear end's set up, and they bolt, and they go to these two gears. You know, you get your little one to your big one down here. And this side casing's all totally different. And the rear end's totally different with the tranny up front. This is, I'll show you on what we're getting ready to go to and explain some on it too. But this was F20, F30, and regular. It was set up like this. So keep this in mind, or come back to it and look at it again. But I'll go to the other tractor that I'm actually building, and I'll show you the differences. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. All right, made it to the other tractor. So tractor parade today, right? But anyway, this is the one that I want to build. I want to build next. I'll go over several reasons why. Bam, the F12. Subscribers been with me. Remember when I drug this and the Avery in? I want to build this. And before I get too far off subject, here's the difference in the rear ends. See how this transmission is long and it's all encased, and the axles come out the way they come out. I mean, the rear end don't have a separate housing and everything, and the PTO is right here. This is a normal setup. And if you'll notice, see how this is rounded and everything, and the top and everything all comes off, everything's included. This, the F12 and the F14 are set up like the H's and M's. This, they had this style and the one I just showed you off the F20 and the F30. And thank God they went with these, because this is a way better design. And the, you know, the brakes are right here on the side versus way out here on the axle, and everything like they ended up doing with H's and M's. But I like this tractor. I really want to make this tractor go again. All that's absolute garbage. But if you've been with me a while, subscribers, remember I brought this in. I give $100 for this. And that's part of the reason I want to build it. It's the oldest tractor I got. It's the ugliest tractor I got, and the cheapest. This is the prime candidate for a Predator repower, because most people wouldn't even look at this other than scrap. I mean, look at it, you know. This is a prime example of what you can save, and I absolutely love the way this is set up. I like sitting on it, I like how it sits, the old style. And I'll show you something else they've done with this steering bolster here. The way it comes down and everything, it's set up just like your H's and M's. I know it looks the same, right? There's a key component that no one has ever mentioned that I've ever seen, and I looked at this and seen it when I bought it. Talking about trying an F12 with a wide front or an F14 with a wide front, 20s and 30s, which are totally different monsters. But the F12, I'm gonna put a wide front end on this, and this is super easy to do, and I already have one for it. You wanna know how? I'll show you. Right here. It's just like your H's and M's. It bolts. You can unbolt this tricycle very simply. That's how the H's are. Same setup, M's. And you can put a Schwartz front end right on this. It is a 4-bolt. Hopefully the camera will get it. Same style design. Pattern might be a hair different, but that ain't a problem. But I can take these bolts out and use that other plate on the top side and put that Schwartz deal under it and put it on the outside of these frames. These are super easy to put a front end on, and everybody acts like it's a big deal to do it. And as soon as I seen this, I seen that. You know, I just like, well, that's the same as the H's and M's. I've got a Schwartz front end out there in the shop on the ground ready to go. I want a wide front end on this. I got too many hillsides. But this will be a perfect little put together brush hog tractor. So this will be the next one that I build. I just absolutely want to do this little F12. You know, the frame's set up already, easy to go, nothing to it. Yank all that junk out, and the tranny's good. That's all I care. You know, I mean, everything moves. So it's ready to go. But this is a prime example of a repower, you know, because nobody would look at this at the auction or anywhere. They think scrap because it's so rough. Oh my God. Remember, just because it's factory doesn't mean it has to go back factory. But this is going to be the next one I want to build, because I really want to do this one. I like it. And I've got a wide front end for it ready to go. And be easy to build. It'd be an awesome little tractor. So that's it. But that's what's happened with the F20. I took the motor off because I needed the motor for the wood splitter. That's something that makes me money. I am not that thrilled about that F20. I just don't like it. I like this design better that's in this F12 and F14. And like I said, I'm glad they kept this design, because this is just like your H's and M's. And they ended up keeping this universal design, they called it. In the back, top comes off, everything's in there. Your brakes are right on the side, they come right out the tranny, versus way out here in a step down axle. And this is great. This will be super easy to build, and I'm ready for this. And I think a 13 horse with a 3-to-1 ratio, this thing will be an absolute perfect brush hogging machine. And the PTO's in a normal spot. The F20s and 30s, you know, they're way up under there. But we can put a pull type brush hog right here, hook it up, and we got something. We can brush hog this place cheaply. So this is the next one I want to do. Like I said, prime candidate. Old, ugly, and cheap. This is what you can buy to repower, and the motors ain't that high. You know, most people would just look at this and say, Luckily, I'm stupid enough, I said I want it. So, but you guys will get to see it. It's coming. So, I guess that's it for this video. A little explanation. You ain't gonna see the F20 no more. Hopefully wind ain't too bad. But you ain't gonna see the F20 on the channel no more. It's gone. Those wheels are gonna save that F30. And like I said, that and that MD was the 2 tractors that started on this farm way back in the day. And I just, sentimental reason, I just want them to move. But the MD, you know, looking at the bell pattern on back of 7.3 and that, they're pretty close. I bet they're the same. Take the adapter plate off, but it's still a round pattern. And I bet that 7.3 will bolt right up, and that'd be a cool diesel project. So anyway, that's way down the road. But the F20 is going to save the F30, and we're going to build the F12. So stay tuned for this. I'm excited on this, but we got some other stuff to do before we get to it, but it's not a long ways down the road, just a little ways. So, because I want to do this and set this up just for a brush hogging tractor to clean the place with and do it cheap. And 4-cylinders, they burn gas, and gas is too high. So anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Brief explanation, kind of a, you know, little tractor show tour explanation of everything that's going on. So I guess that's it for this video. I'm gonna quit rambling. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel. Subscribe. You ain't already. It's free. Don't cost nothing. Hit the bell. You'll get notified of the F12 build and the F30 rescue and build and all that stuff coming up. And all the farm stuff we got going on. So I guess that's it for this video. So as always, like and subscribe. Catch you on the next video. Bye.